Steelman and Thune at noon with Mike Steely and Parker Thune. Hit the guys up on the Riverwind Casino calling line at 405-329-9000. Text the show on the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line at 405-651-3439. Live from the Buffalo Wild Wing Studios, here's Mike Steely and Parker Thune.
No Thune today. He is on the road and off today. We do have our man Grayson Singleton joining us Friday. You know where I am, the one, the only Riverwind Casino, the home of nearly 3,000 electronic games. The best selection of electronic games in the metro area, no doubt about it. And they've got all your favorite table games as well. You have a smoke-free Oasis gaming area now here at Riverwind. That is pretty awesome. You have a Skyloft gaming area upstairs. They have a big-time poker room. They have off-track betting. They have everything you're looking for game-wise. Great promotions. Tonight we have a round of Friday night drawings in the 80K Spring Spins and Wins. Promotional drawings happening on Friday nights in the month of April. Come on out here and grab a share of your allotment of that 80K in cash and bonus play. Some of that is yours, right? Come out and get it tonight. Hopefully hear your name called in this great promotion. We also have, of course, great music at Riverwind, indoors and outdoors. Beats and Bites is coming back for a 9th year, all right? Great music, unbelievable food trucks everywhere, retail vendors. It's a kid-friendly environment. It's really a cool situation. If you haven't been to a Beats and Bites show, they're a lot of fun, and they have great shows happening. Coming up in June, you've got Josh Turner and Edwin McCain. In July, Rick Springfield on the I Want My 80s tour. I like that. There's a fireworks show to follow Rick Springfield on stage on July 19th. In August, how about this dynamic duo? Kansas and Starship on a Saturday night. And then in September 5th, that'll be a Friday night show. Gary Allen with Drive, all of those again in Beats and Bites 2025. And tickets went on sale this morning. You can get online. You can buy individual tickets. Tickets are $10 for each show. And you can get a season pass as well for all of the shows. And you get some cool Riverwind Beats and Bites swag with the season pass for all the Beats and Bites shows. And those tickets went on sale this morning. Get those at riverwind.com, or you can stop by the casino box office and get your tickets there as well. So Beats and Bites is coming back. We have shows coming up indoors at the Showplace Theater later this month. We have the Music of America Saturday, April 26th. And we have Boys to Men coming on Monday night, April 28th. So a lot happening, as always, here at the one and only Riverwind Casino. Grayson Singleton coming out of the bullpen today, throwing heat. Already on the radar gun over there in the bullpen. He was throwing 98 miles per hour. How you doing, Grayson?
I'm saving that fastball for locked in when we can ring it up to 101, man. How you doing, old man?
There you go. Well, how about Cade Anderson last night for LSU? He did throw 135 pitches, but a complete game shutout for LSU. 5 hits, 14 Ks. Sooners had their chance, loaded up the bases, couldn't bring any in that first inning. LSU beats Oklahoma in game 1 of that series last night at Mitchell Park 2-0. Tonight at 6:30, and then Saturday at 2 o'clock. All games on the SEC Network. We had the Sooner softball team in action last night. They beat St. Thomas 12-4. 2 homers, same inning for Sid Sanders. Sidney Barker had 1. Corey Hicks got 1. OU pitched a trio of players out there in the circle. Kirsten Deal, Bella Smith, and Peyton Monticelli. And the Sooners win 12-4. They are playing tonight against Central Florida at 7 o'clock. And then tomorrow at 12:30 against UCF. All those games also on the SEC Network Plus. And we have the Thunder at the Rockets tonight. Could be an interesting matchup. Oklahoma City's won 11 games in a row. The Rockets, actually, they've been really hot too, 13 of their last 15. But Houston, of course, still 14 and a half games behind Oklahoma City in the West. The Thunder clinched the 1 seed a long time ago. The Rockets, by the way, became the second team to clinch a playoff berth recently. So that's it. As far as clinched playoff berths, Oklahoma City, of course, has the number 1 seed, but the Rockets at least have clinched the playoff berth. A little playoff preview tonight. We'll talk to Brandon Rabar coming up at 1 o'clock. Aaron Wiggins will be back for Oklahoma City tonight. Alex Caruso will be back for Oklahoma City tonight. Jay Will not return tonight. We'll see about his availability for the Lakers Sunday at 2:30. And we know that Dylan Brooks will not play for the Rockets tonight, one of the best defenders in the league. He got that 16th technical against Utah the other night. That was upheld, so he'll serve his suspension tonight against Oklahoma City. That's good for Oklahoma City because Dylan Brooks is a really good defender and a little bit of a problem. So, Grayson, we also have the Final Four coming up this weekend. Are you excited about this sports weekend? Should be a good one.
Dude, my sports weekend looks like this. So you've got the Final Four on Saturday, and you'll have the championship on Monday, and then my buddy and I got tickets to Thunder Lakers on Tuesday night. So the next few days of sports weekend, and we got pretty good tickets too, by the way. These next few days of sports are gonna be pretty cool for me. It's a great time of year.
It is, and I love this time of the year. Baseball is underway. You know, it's been the Dodgers off to a great start. Ohtani the other night, to win it the way he did. And then you have, obviously, the conclusion of March Madness with the Final Four in San Antonio. First game out tomorrow. Again, the all-chalk Final Four. Florida and Auburn, 5:10 on CBS. And Houston and Duke in the nightcap around 7:50. And then we've got the Masters next week, my favorite sporting event. So I will not be here next week, next Thursday and Friday. I have taken a very selfish 2 days off, I admit it, but I'm going to be watching the coverage from 6 a to about 6 p.m. both days, and then all weekend. So there you go. All right, let's talk a little college basketball. We'll work our way to the Final Four matchups, but Porter Moser, how serious of a candidate is he at Texas A&M? The Aggies, they don't have a problem with their NIL money. I mean, A&M is, if not the top school out there, certainly in the top 3 or 4. Texas A&M has printed money there for a long, long time. They've got a solid national alumni base as well. So you wouldn't think if Porter Moser, ends up being at A&M that dollars would be an issue. The question is, how serious of a candidate is he? You've seen some of these lists that list him as the top candidate. I'm not sure if I believe that, but we'll wait and see. Recently, Sooner fans have, the last couple of years, Notre Dame was a factor, and then DePaul a year ago. So we'll see what Porter's situation is. How serious is this? He, was at A&M. He's got roots there as an assistant coach. But the question is, will Oklahoma be looking for a new head coach? We shall see. Anyway, Porter was on the very prestigious Zach Gelb show yesterday on SiriusXM. Dude was wearing a cowboy hat. I guess he was in San Antonio. I've never worn a cowboy hat in my life. Have you ever worn a cowboy hat?
No. No.
Plan on it?
Look, if somebody gets me to go to Calf Fry again, that big country music festival just outside of Stillwater, I may put on a cowboy hat for that. Otherwise, no.
All right. Well, I guess he was going for the Texan look, But anyway, this is Porter Moser yesterday, and here is a question about what's happening at Oklahoma and with Porter Moser this offseason.
The coaching carousel. It's crazy, right? We saw your name floated out there for Villanova. Even when I Googled you this morning, you hear about A&M and things like that. What do you say to the Oklahoma fan that's like, Coach, are you going to stay here? Are we going to have you here?
This thing with Oklahoma, the last couple of years, you kind of seeing that. There's been some things up in the Midwest, but the people in Oklahoma are special. It's one of the greatest places I've lived, and it's just, but you're fighting to get the resources right, and we're moving in that right direction. And for what we had to do to fight through hard this year, because it is, but I said about the lessons these guys learn, there's a lot of people that counted us out. There's a lot of people. And I was like Bill Murray on Groundhog Day. Every day I was standing in front of them. You guys, there's a path. There's a path. We got opportunities. Every game's quad one. And then, you just have to keep bouncing yourself up. But we fought through hard, and we're going to continue to fight through that. And there's just such opportunities, such a high vision of what we can do being in this SEC, and we're looking forward to it.
So what do you think of that answer, Grayson? Was it much of an answer?
It was much of an answer depending on what your question is. If your question is, hey, Porter, are you going to be back? He said a whole lot of nothing. I mean, he didn't deny that he would potentially go elsewhere. He also didn't say, hey, I'm committed to Oklahoma. So there's that to parse as well. I think he says they're going in a right direction in terms of the NIL, which, of course, has Oklahoma a little bit further back. But there's also the thing with facilities, too. There's also the thing with the arena that is going to have Oklahoma trailing in battles for players with other teams in the SEC. I'll tell you
A&M's a better job right now.
A&M is 1,000% a better job. Yes.
Yeah, and Oklahoma historically has been the better job, but we know that the Sooners have always had, really outside of the Billy era, an attendance issue, and you can talk about the arena or whatever style of basketball, all that stuff, but they have. And, again, Oklahoma's history is better, but in the modern era of college athletics, A&M's a better job, at least right now, unless the Sooners can do what Porter's talking about, get their act together. And I think they are in many ways trying to get, more money involved. That we know that they're trying to get the new arena and all that stuff. But A&M just right now is in a better situation basketball-wise than OU.
I mean, that can't be disputed. Now, Porter coached there, met his wife in College Station. I do think, and I'm not reporting anything here, I don't know this to be a fact, but I do think if offered the job, Porter Moser would be the next head coach at Texas A&M. That's my read on the situation. I think. Yeah.
I think he'd be crazy not to.
Agreed.
Right? I mean, because of the resources there, and I think what he's saying about OU, I think he likes OU. I think he likes the people. I think he likes Norman. I think he works for a really great athletic director and administration and the two Joes, all of that. But the bottom line is, where is the place where you can succeed, right now? Where is it more likely to happen, A&M or Oklahoma? And right now, with the current setup, it's Texas A&M. So we'll see. Do you think Sooner fans would be upset if Porter got the A&M job? How do you think that would break down in terms of the OU fan base?
I don't think it would generate that visceral of a reaction. I think because there's a difference between him leaving and him being fired. And I think most people would view it as, great, Texas A&M took him off our hands. Now the next question becomes, in terms of the fan reaction, the next question becomes, who's the next head coach at Oklahoma? And there are certainly a lot of theories around that. But, no, I don't think that's going to generate some huge uproar from the fan base.
All right, turning to the Final Four. Again, the first game out tomorrow, a little after 5 o'clock, all-chalk Final Four. Top-seeded Florida, 1-seed Florida, 1-seed Auburn. The nightcap, 1-seed Houston and 1-seed Duke, around 7:50. Bob Stoops on the rush yesterday. I don't think there's any doubt who he is rooting for. Bob says, yeah, he is rooting for his buddy Kelvin Sampson to win it.
Oh, incredibly happy. Love Kelvin. We still keep in touch. I saw him. He was back for a golf event for Porter last year and got to see him. We used to golf together a little bit. And, so I'd be incredibly excited. I just texted him after his last win, and he hit me back. And I'd be elated for him. He's done a great job there, and good for him. And and Kellen's with him, his son. So anyhow, no, I'd be elated for him.
There you go. Who do you like in these matchups tomorrow, Grayson?
I got Florida and I got Duke winning this. I think it's a little bit closer. I think Houston's a little bit closer to Duke than I thought so going into the tournament, because Houston historically in the last half decade have not been good shot makers this deep in the NCAA tournament, which is why I picked them to lose to Tennessee. Yeah, I got that one wrong. But I think Duke just is a better all-around offensive team. And then Florida, I think Florida's got the best closer in college basketball right now with Walter Clayton. So I got Florida.
He took
I got
over
Duke.
the Tech game. He saved them.
Oh, he did. He saved them.
They were dead in the water. They were dead in the water. Probably shouldn't be in San Antonio, but he was incredible down the stretch. I'm going to go with Duke, and I'm going to go with Auburn. Now, Auburn has played all three of these teams.
Yeah.
Florida beat them at Auburn. Duke beat Auburn at Cameron Indoor Stadium early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
And then Auburn beat Houston in that tournament they played at the Toyota Center. None of the games were blowouts, but Auburn, Broom, and his shoulder situation, or it's elbow, right? It's an elbow situation with him. We'll see if he's healthy. But I'm going to go with Auburn and Duke. And then I've got Duke winning it, so we'll see. We shall see. Should be pretty good. You know, yeah, we didn't have a ton of Cinderellas, but I've always kind of liked it when you get Cinderellas up to like a regional final, and then you get the powerhouse matchups in the Final Four. So I don't mind this at all. Now, are we going into an era where we're not going to see Cinderella up here at the big ball, you know, as much as we used to? Yes, I think that is going to be the situation. But I also don't mind seeing what I think are two really good college basketball matchups tomorrow in San Antonio. Should be fun. All right, we also want to thank Lasher Home Comfort Systems, 405-579-3113, our sponsor here on Steelman and Thune, hour number 1. And we're here at Riverwind on a Friday. Always love being out here at Riverwind Casino with Justin and the crew out here. They're awesome. All right, we got Hattie in for Blake today running the YouTube chat. But, and by the way, she is maybe the behind-the-scenes MVP of our entire operation. But Grayson will be following the YouTube chat as well today. And, of course, the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line at 405-651-3439. We're just underway. Keep it right here. We'll talk Sooner football when we get back here on the Ref.
Considering refinancing your mortgage? Now might be the perfect time to start planning. With rates on the move, Stride Bank can determine if you may be able to lower your monthly payments, shorten your loan term, or tap into your home's equity. Stride's expert mortgage advisors will work with you to tailor a solution that fits your needs. With local roots and national reach, Stride Bank is your go-to partner for all your banking needs. Stride Bank, your trusted financial partner since 1913. Find out more at stridebank.com. Stride Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Minnesota cattleman and world champion steer wrestler J.D. Struxness talks about the benefits of using Purple Wave Auction.
You know, I love visiting with them. They do a fantastic job. They know their machinery. And, man, if you're in the market to buy anything, they are the easiest way and the most helpful people to get you what you need. It's as easy as the click of a mouse to get on there and buy something.
Anything and everything you need for your farming or ranching operation, all at super affordable auction pricing. Visit purplewave.com. That's purplewave.com.
It's time for your certified most accurate forecast from KOCO5 First Alert Weather. Brought to you by Cavens Group. Do you have a water emergency? Give Cavens a call at 405-573-3048.
From the First Alert Weather Center, this is meteorologist Jonathan Condor with your KOCO5 News weather forecast. You better have the umbrella out the door. Showers and thunderstorms are likely this morning, lasting at least until lunch. As we go into the afternoon, showers are still possible with an overcast sky, north winds at 20 miles an hour. I'm going to have you dressing for highs only in the 50s this afternoon. This evening looks quiet, but then a wave of showers and thunderstorms will move in again on Saturday. Saturday, the first half of the day is a washout. Then don't be surprised, more rain, maybe snow mixes in Saturday night.
That was your certified most accurate forecast from KOCO5 First Alert Weather, brought to you by Cavens. Did you have a water emergency that you fear might turn into mold? Give Cavens Group a call at 405-573-3048 or visit cavensgroup.com today.
Did the recent storms damage your home and roof? Call All American Roofing today. All American Roofing has been repairing and replacing roofs for over 40 years and is a second-generation locally owned roofing company. They are also a Google guaranteed contractor and offer free inspections. Our roofers are GAF Master Elite contractors with a BBB A+ rating. Call All American Roofing today at 405-787-0400. All American Roofing, the best roofing company in Oklahoma. 405-787-0400.
At Confidence Ford of Norman, we believe in living up to our name. Our commitment to confidence is in everything we do. Whether you're searching for the perfect vehicle from our extensive selection of new Ford models or pre-owned cars, our dedicated team will help you every step of the way. Because with us, you're family. We're conveniently located at 825 North Interstate Drive. Confidence Ford of Norman, a Cavender Auto family dealership where confidence is Cavender.
At Child Fund, hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and safe. And that means safe at home, at school, and online.
Hope means walking this path together, all of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
Learn more at childfund.org.
A luxury experience awaits you at the Artesian Hotel, Casino, and Spa. Relax in one of our elegant suites, complete with exclusive dining options. Take a trip to the Serenity Spa and let your cares melt away, or enjoy upscale shopping in our many boutiques. And don't forget to explore your gaming options for your chance to win big. Find your luxury experience at the Artesian Hotel, Casino, and Spa, 1001 West 1st Street, Sulphur, Oklahoma. Call 1-855-455-5255 or visit artesianhotel.com for complete details.
We are back here at Riverwind on this Friday, always out here at Riverwind Casino. We've got big drawings tonight in the 80K Spring Spins and Wins. Promotional drawings every Friday night. Every month they have a big drawing on Friday nights where you can win a lot of cash and bonus play. 80K and cash and bonus play up for grabs again at Riverwind tonight. And once again, tickets for Beats and Bites went on sale today for the outdoor food and music festival that features great music outside and retail vendors, amazing local food trucks with so many different choices. If you haven't been to a Beats and Bites show, you need to check it out. It's really awesome. And the first show out will be June 14th, Josh Turner and Edwin McCain. Saturday night show, July 19th on a Saturday night. Rick Springfield with a fireworks show to follow. June 19th, again on a Saturday night for the big fireworks show and Rick Springfield. In August, a dynamic duo of classic rockers on a Saturday night, Kansas and Starship. I like that. I like that a lot. And then September 5th on a Friday night, Gary Allen on the Beats and Bites stage. Now, tickets went on sale this morning for these shows. Tickets are $10 per show. But you can get a season pass this year, which is really cool. And the season pass, very inexpensive. This is one of the best entertainment bargains every spring and summer. And you get some really cool Riverwind swag with your purchase of the season pass. You can get those online at riverwind.com. Or if you're out at the casino this weekend, you can also just stop by the casino box office and pick up your tickets for Beats and Bites 2025. All right, Grayson, let's talk a little Sooner football. Details have been released for the Crimson Combine. Are you ready?
Sure.
The gates are going to open to the public at noon. The Sooner Kids Club members have an opportunity to participate in Combine-style drills on Owen Field. The football team itself will be on the field at 1 o'clock, position groups consisting of offensive and defensive linemen, linebackers, DBs, and quarterbacks and running backs and wide receivers and tight ends will also compete in a series of drills designed for each group. Upon the completion of the drills, right around 2 o'clock, the north end of the end zone will open for fans to the party in the Palace, while players sign autographs on the south end of the field for fans in the stands. We'll have all kinds of interactive stuff. Jordan Brand Shoebox Retail Shop, that's cool. Beer Garden, that's cool. We'll offer activities for fans of all ages. Additionally, the Sooner Schooner, the Big Red Rocket, and select trophies will be on display for fan photos. So the Crimson Combine, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know, how would you envision these, for the players, the drills they go through? Because here's what I don't want to see. Somebody tear an ACL in a cone drill or something crazy like that. I don't know how serious they'll be, but way to go, man. Isaiah Satania out for the year thanks to the Crimson by God Combine. We can you imagine dealing with that on the text line? Now, of course, the old adage is this, right? You can get injured in any situation. You can get injured walking down the street. You can get injured in any spring practice situation. But let's just hope something like that doesn't happen. The Sooners, they need breaks this year from the injury gods, who were very, very spiteful to the OU football team last year. They were not kind at all. So, what do you think, Grayson? You fired up about the Crimson Combine coming up a week from tomorrow?
Look, I do think it sounds like it's going to be a fun event. I think if I was a kid, I would want to go and do combine stuff. I want to run a 40. Hell, I'm 23 and I still want to run a 40. I want to see what my 40 time is now, even though I'm not as fast as I was 5 years ago, but whatever. But no, I think this is going to be something cool. Obviously, you don't want to have a popped Achilles or a torn ACL or something like that in these random combine drills. So I'm pretty sure they're going to take it easy, but they're going to try to give us something to watch. So I think all in all, this is a good fallback plan for canceling the spring game on such short of a notice as we did. I think this has the potential to be pretty fun.
Yeah, and I get why they're doing it. I totally get it. And the promotions marketing people over there do a good job. And they'll make it as fun as they can. I have no doubt about that. All right, speaking of Sooner football scrimmage yesterday, you can find a recap on OU Insider. I know Parker's not here right now. He's on the way to Oregon, but get a little recap there. We'll talk more about that maybe coming up, some more details next hour right here on the program. But let's hear from Ben Arbuckle talking recently about how the offense has actually looked this spring.
It's been really good, man. It's been a lot of fun getting to get out there with these kids and just see them put the classroom to the field, the application that they have. The best part is, the most fun part about it is a lot of it's so new to them that they're hungry to learn. These kids want to be so dang good, and it's evident every single day. It's evident in the culture that BV drives every day that these kids want to be good. And so they go out there, they bust their butt, they get after it. But it's been awesome. You know, it's been great for me too. Guys, I'm telling you, our defense is awesome. Like, Coach Venables is a defensive mastermind, right? So it constantly challenges me every day too. So as much as the players are getting challenged to get better, I'm getting challenged to get better, because this guy's the cream of the crop at what he does. He constantly challenges my rules, my everything about who I am as a coach, and it's something I appreciate every single day because it just makes me get better. I'm going to find every answer I possibly can, and we're going to be so much better for it.
There you go. Sooners' new offensive coordinator, Ben Arbuckle, talking about what's going on with the offense so far this spring. And look, any spring football season is a period of optimism, right? Even if you had the down season that Oklahoma had last year, first year in the SEC, hope springs eternal, right? And you're hearing a lot of great stuff about John Mateer, and I think he's going to be really good. You're hearing a lot of great stuff about the offensive line coming together, being better than they were a year ago. They have more options there. EPL, seems to be getting better and better. You've got the youngsters, Fasusi and Foje, who have a chance to be really special players, maybe even really big contributors this year down the road. Isaiah Satania's opened a lot of eyes. Jaron Kanik moving to tight end. I think everybody expects the defense, even with the loss of a trio of great leaders. And, Danny Stutzman, Billy Bowman, really great players. Ethan Downs, really good player. All three of those great leaders on the football team as well. Danny Stutzman, the guy making the calls out there, the captain of the defense. But they look like they're going to be really good again on defense. Kicking, we'll have to wait and see with the newcomers they're going to have there. But I don't know. What do you think when you hear all the optimism, Grayson? And I'm sure this is going on at Auburn right now. It's going on pretty much everywhere. Do you think you're hearing too much optimism?
No, you're not hearing too much optimism because you're excited for what you're going to do because you're going up against each other. If you're going up against each other and you're not excited for what you're seeing, that's a major, major problem. So the fact that they're getting really good work in, and the fact that they're flying around and, like Ben Arbuckle said, busting their behinds to get better, I think is a real thing. What I took more away from that comment from Arbuckle is his comments about himself and how he's growing. Because we forget he's 29 years old. He's a child. So he's got a lot of room to grow just by virtue of his age. So the fact that he's taking this spring to take his lumps and maybe be set back and have to reevaluate himself, I think is going to make him an even better coach. He's one of those guys. We talk about guys who need a really good spring to sort of solidify their place as players come the fall. I think Ben Arbuckle's in a situation where he needs this spring to even refine some edges in his coaching and his play calling and whatnot and his philosophies, and he might be even better than we thought he was come August and September.
Yeah, I love the enthusiasm, too. Seeing him running up and down the field, he's really into it. I like that hire. I liked it. You figured that John Mateer was going to come along, and eventually, obviously, he did. And you've got a guy that knows that offense really well, that the players already respect a lot. They've raved about him. And I think, from what I've heard, it's all genuine. They talk about, man, this guy came in the locker room, great teammate, great leader, baller, all of that stuff. And as we've talked about, the main question with John Mateer is going to be this. I think he's going to be an upgraded quarterback. Maybe Jackson Arnold, he has a great year at Auburn, has more potential down the road than John Mateer. We'll see. The story will play itself out, right? But can he do it against a higher level of athlete and much better defenses than he faced a year ago? That's the question. Okay, Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line, 405-651-3439. YouTube, if you want to hit the YouTube chat, just search us on YouTube, KREF.sports, KREF.sports. I had a YouTube Yahoo segment ready to go today, and then I thought, it's probably too mean.
Wait, are we not doing the YouTube Yahoo audio?
I started feeling like it's a little too mean.
No, it's not.
I know the Yahoos are out there, but they're probably all proud of themselves and everything. And if
Who cares?
It might hurt somebody's feelings if they're a listener or something. I don't know. I started feeling like because somebody, friend of mine texted me the other day and said, man, I love you. I love listening to your show, blah, blah, blah. You've done a great blah, 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 all this stuff, which was thank you. Said, man, I think you're a little too tough on these youngsters. And I said, I'm not trying to be tough on the youngsters. If you want an opportunity, that's great. If you can start your own YouTube channel or whatever and you can make $1 million, I don't have any problem with it. That's fine. But I think when the ones that I have an issue with are the ones trying to cut the line and the ones who are portraying themselves as insiders who haven't put in the work and really aren't big insiders that are out there fooling people. And those are the people, again, that I'm talking about. That's it. And there are a lot of them that are fooling people out there now. All right, that's fine. There's nothing I can do about it because, like I said, the toothpaste is not going anywhere near the tube again. It's out. But, you see this all the time, whether it's politicians or whatever. They're just fooling people left or right. We've got a lot of gullible people out there these days. But I'm going to try and shut up about it. I'll have some other old man rants on other stuff because there's nothing to be done about it. Nothing. And I just came up from an environment where you had to work your ass off to do this. And really, for very little pay at first. Now, I was happy just doing it, man, to have my foot in the door and try and get an opportunity. But because of social media, I just think there are people out there that are fooling some people. You know who the legit people are if you're paying attention. And that drives me crazy because I'm a big pay your dues kind of guy. Is that fair? Or do I sound like an angry old man?
Nah, I think that's fair. There's some people who are good enough to skip the line, and that's more power to them.
Mm-hmm.
Also, more power to people who can make an income doing a side hustle. Like, this economy is hard for young people to live in, man.
No, I hear you. Hey, look, I got a side hustle going on, too, with my Twitch stream. I enjoy that because people, why didn't you do an OU deal? I'm like, dude, I've talked about OU for 42 years. I still love it, but this is a break away from that. if I wanted to immediately just have a bunch of people in there, right? But I wanted a challenge. I wanted to do some other creative stuff, work with my own graphics, learn how to do that, learn how to make it fun and different and incorporate audio and make it creative. You've seen some of it, Grayson. I think I've done for an old man, I've done a pretty decent job with that.
You have done a bang-up job with
that. I think my graphics stand up with just about anybody in the creativity, but I didn't want to just, I'm just going to talk football. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just wanted something different. I wanted a break from that because I still love it, but I get my fill here. So I wanted to challenge myself with something else. So I get that. Everybody's life changed, after COVID. Everybody's. In some respect.
Let me get to this text. Texter in the 405. Shut up, Steely. You work 2 hours a day.
Yeah, see, that's somebody who has no clue.
Has no idea.
I get up at 5 a.m. and I start working on stuff at 5 a.m. All right? 5 a.m. I'm listening to T-Row's show, and I'm writing down angles and stuff that I want to get done, stats. Probably we might use 25% of them. Then I jump in the shower, drive to the radio station, jump in the production room. Grayson, I'm there at 9 a.m. or earlier every day.
Yep,
what am I doing? You see it.
Cutting audio.
I'm working on stuff we can run. We might run half of that, but I want to have that. So it's not a 2-hour day. It's 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. And still, I realize it's not out there breaking rocks or doing construction or whatever. I'm still very blessed, but I've had some people say, yeah, you work a couple hours a day. No, I don't operate like that. I don't operate like that. I want to make sure every day we're prepared as best as I can, particularly at this age. So, yeah.
Another 405 texter. That last texter is a hoe.
Well, I mean, I can see how you might have that perception. Well, you're only on noon to 2, but no.
No.
I've never done that, and, I've been at places before. What are you doing in 3 hours before your show? What are you doing in 2 minutes before your show?
Yeah, like a good radio show, you can't just pull this stuff out of your backside and make a good radio show. Some people can.
You can, but I'm always, and a lot of time, like I said, some of the play sheets and stuff that I have, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets today. We might use 25% of it.
Yep.
But, if you'll see how the shows go. What's hot? What are we talking about that I think we can continue to talk about? If that one is, so-so or whatever, we move on to something else. So, anyway, I'm not trying to dog the texter because you might think that, but no, my day starts at 5 a.m. or earlier, sometimes at 4:45. I try and set my alarm for 5:15 a.m. I rarely reach it because of my history doing morning radio for so many years. But, yeah, I try and put the work in. All right, we'll take a break, come back, and what do I want? Oh, we've got Dumbass Clips of the Week on the way. We'll hit more text. Texter, I'm not trying to dog you, I promise. I'm just setting – it's not a 2-hour day, okay? I'm just saying. We'll be right back. Keep it here on the Home of Sooner Fans.
Bleed Crimson? Love great Sooner talk? Join the Ref Army by downloading our free app. Toby and TJ, Plank and Josh, Steelman and Thune, and Teddy and Tyler. We have the Sooner experts. The Ref is home to Sooner fans worldwide.
Ever wonder why someone would go to the ends of the earth and leap into the unknown? Maybe a better question is, what are you waiting for? Pacifico is brewed for those who follow their own path. That's living life anchors up.
The Ref is the home of Sooner fans and is once again your home for chaos. Every game-changing hit.
Long fly ball to left. Track. Whoa. Gone.
Every strikeout.
Got him. Swinging.
Every defensive gem.
He caught it. He caught it.
Every game, all year, the Ref has you covered.
Catch Sooner baseball against the LSU Tigers this Thursday at 6, Friday at 6, and Saturday at 2 on the Ref and the K-Ref app.
For 3 generations, the John M. Ireland & Son Funeral Home and Chapel in Morris continued to serve the community by giving back to local schools, charitable organizations, and first responders.
We provide pre-planning for funerals and cremation services at the most reasonable prices.
We are proud to be a family-owned and operated funeral home.
Award-winning funeral home year after year, our family believes in serving the people of our community.
I'm John Ireland.
And I'm Solon Daniels.
You've got our word on it.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Hey drivers, it's Ryan Blaney, your 2023 NASCAR Cup Series champion and driver of the number 12 Discount Tire Ford Mustang. Do you know one of the most important things that helps keep my car going on the track? Tire pressure. Keeping your tires properly inflated is crucial for safe stopping power and better gas mileage. Check your tire pressure at least once a month or stop by a local tire retailer for an air check.
A message from the U.S. Tire Manufacturers Association.
Hey Sooner fans, this is Audrey Davis with the 6-time national champions OU gymnastics team. Thank you to all the fans who have supported us this season. We wouldn't be where we are without our incredible coaches, the team, and of course, Team 10. Team 10 is the backbone of our program, helping provide the resources so we can compete at the highest level. As a Team 10 member, you will receive unique experiences that you wouldn't otherwise receive. Go to Soonersports.com to become a Team 10 member today. Boomer!
Dreaming of your own backyard oasis? Be the envy of your neighborhood and let Signature Custom Pools help you create the perfect poolside paradise. Their professional design expertise can transport you into your own Mystic Falls, suburban sanctuary, or Mediterranean retreat. Settle into an endless vacation, entertain your family, friends, and get the signature touch with Signature Custom Pools. Call them for a free consultation at 405-898-9098 or visit them online at signaturecustompools.com today.
My dad, he's a double amputee, and he's one of my favorite people in the world. To me, a hero is someone who fights for our country and freedom. My dad is a hero. Homes for Our Troops built this house, and my dad can get through the wide doorways. He can reach anything.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post-9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Hey, Sooner fans, we've got you covered. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
No, we don't get a break.
This is the home of Sooner fans.
The Ref Sports Radio Network.
Back here at the one and only Riverwind Casino, the 80K Spring Spins and Wins promotional drawings happening tonight. Come on out here and win your share of 80K in cash and bonus play. Nearly 3,000 electronic games. No doubt the best selection of electronic games on an unbelievable, really cool, newly renovated gaming floor. We have an Oasis gaming area that's smoke-free. You know, if you like to come out and play the slots or any of these electronic games out here, but the smoke bothers you a little bit, there's an Oasis gaming area for you right here at Riverwind Casino. Skyloft gaming area upstairs. We, of course, have all your favorite table games as well. Big-time poker room, off-track betting. It's all here. Great bars and dining, the Ale House Bar, River Buffet, Chips and Ales Pub Restaurant. Food court has a lot of great selections. And again, we've got Beats and Bites, the outdoor food and music festival, coming back beginning in June, middle of June. Josh Turner and Edwin McCain first show out. July 19th, Rick Springfield on the I Want My 80s tour. And a fireworks show to follow, Rick Springfield, on July 19th. August 9th, Kansas and Starship in September. Gary Allen. Tickets went on sale this morning for the Beats and Bites shows. They're $10 a piece. But you can buy a season pass for the Beats and Bites shows, and you'll get some cool Riverwind swag with that. Beats and Bites, 9th year, upcoming. Great food trucks. All the best local food trucks will be out here. Retail vendors as well. And the incredible music and the fireworks July 19th. So get online at riverwind.com and get your tickets today. Or if you're going to be out at the casino, you can always just stop by the Showplace Theater box office. All right, we're going to get a bunch of texts in coming up. But let's start with, I've got two dumbass clips of the week, a current one and a classic from 2 years ago. Here is the one for this week, courtesy of Marcus Morris, talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder on ESPN earlier this week, on with Mike Greenberg.
You're a stupid dumbass.
So this regular season has been brilliant, but is this your pick to win the championship?
It's not. It's not. This team is not deep enough, right? You have to talk about the depth. You have to talk about the guys that actually been there. When you talk about the lights, it's way different, right? This team has been healthy all season. They have a young gun that they have brought into the MVP of the league and has been playing out of his mind, right? What happens when they double team him? Who's the second guy? Who's the third guy? Who has experience to go to the guys when it gets a little rough?
Whoa! Shut up, dumbass. What a bunch of dumbasses. Yeah, really.
This team doesn't have the depth, and they've been healthy all season. Now, I don't have any issue with Marcus Morris saying, I don't think they're going to win the championship. The numbers tell you that Oklahoma City would, if you look at their historic numbers, net rating, margin, all of that stuff. It tells you Oklahoma City's up there with the Jordan Bulls of 95-96, other great teams that have gone on to win a championship. Maybe they need one more year to take another step. We'll find out. It's not going to be easy to win the title as good as they've been. And if they win out, they would win 70 games for the regular season. But to say they don't have really the depth and they've been healthy. I mean, Oklahoma City has been one of the most injured teams all season. That is a situation where a guy really doesn't know what he's talking about. What do you think, Grayson?
See, look, on the one hand, you are right. They have not been healthy all season long. I mean, Chet's missed games, iHeart's missed games, Dub's missed games, Will's missed games. The list goes on and on and on. But I do think he's correct when he says, what if they decide to double team? What if they decide to blitz SGA on the pick and roll? Who in the postseason, because the postseason we all know is a different beast than the regular season, because you've got to beat a team 4 out of 7 times, and teams can be more dialed in on their prep for you, and they don't have a guy on the team so far that has done that. The guy who has the most postseason experience on this team, quite frankly, is Alex Caruso, who won a title with LA in the bubble. So, I mean, he is right there, but he did come across, I'm not going to lie, he did come across as a little bit underinformed. Because, yes, Oklahoma City has dealt with a variety of injuries throughout the entirety of the season.
No doubt. And, again, that question remains to be answered. Now, during the regular season, we've seen a lot of guys step up. Hartenstein has transformed this team. Caruso has transformed this team. Mm-hmm. Will it be J-Dub playing the role of Robin? Will it be Chet playing the role of Robin? Will they share that? Do they have enough guys who can play that role? Maybe one night it's Aaron Wiggins. Maybe one night it's Isaiah Joe, who's been on fire. We'll see. Like I said, the one thing, again, talking about the depth and talking about they've been healthy all year is just asinine. By the way, here's a classic for you from 2 years ago. Everybody's favorite softball coach, Mike White. Remember when he said in that video, well, but Oklahoma's basically – that's a horrible Mike White. But, he basically accused Patty Gasso in Oklahoma of having a big advantage and possibly cheating. So let's run this one back.
You're a stupid dumbass.
And so now it gets blown up like I'm calling her Coach Gasso a cheater, which is nothing of the sort, which, that was my own video, my own media guy doing that. I mean, what the heck are you doing, So I don't think it was very fair, but, I've got to live with it. And if Coach Gasso thinks I called her a cheater, I apologize. I did not. I mean, insinuated, maybe, whatever, but I certainly did not.
You suck, you jackass. Whoa! Shut up, dumbass. What a bunch of dumbasses. Yeah, really.
I may have insinuated it, but I most certainly did not. What the hell does that mean? That's from 2 years ago. Well, I didn't call it a cheetah. I may have insinuated it, but I most certainly did not.
Steely, there's some people who just have to stop talking.
Yeah.
I mean, he already looked bad, and he made himself look so much worse.
Oh, my gosh. That's a classic from a couple years ago with Mike White. All right, we've got a bunch of texts piled up on the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line at 405-651-3439. Let's hit it.
I wanted to go back to this text. This is from the end of the first segment, but a texter in the 405. I wish you guys took calls so I could call in and yell at you. Porter Moser is not a good coach. He's had plenty of talent here to win games and go to the tournament, except for maybe his first year. He has made the tourney once in 4 years. He has done nothing but make excuses since he's been here. Good coaches don't get fired at Illinois State, which Moser did.
Well, but then he redeemed himself at Loyola, and you can't bank on that forever. But, I mean, Porter's tenure at Oklahoma has been disappointing. However you want to, reason that away, whether it's NIL or the arena, I mean, some of that obviously falls on the head coach. He's ultimately responsible. I am not sitting here telling you that I think Porter Moser is one of the top 10 coaches in college basketball. We're talking about that A&M thinks he might be. That's why we're talking about it, because according to some people, he might be the top candidate there. We'll see. We'll see. And I think if you're Porter Moser, right now, looking at everything, and maybe Oklahoma's, I think they've been working in the right direction with their NIL basketball-wise. Getting Fears was huge for him. Great job, man, to get that kid, even if it's for 1 year. But I still think, based on, if you look at like a 3 to 5 year window, even now, A&M's a better job. Historically, it's Oklahoma. I get that. But I think it would be very hard to turn down. What do you think?
I mean, look, I think Porter's got to get credit for this season because of the lack of NIL, Oklahoma couldn't go out and land a big-time big, which put them so far behind the 8 ball in the SEC. Now, the one thing I hold against Porter this year is that he didn't play Mo McGee more minutes sooner. That's the one thing. But in terms of how they were able to get Jeremiah Fears out of that rut that he was in at the beginning of the SEC conference slate, the fact that he kept this team together and they were able to adjust and get to the NCAA tournament after we left them for dead back in the middle of, say, February, I think he deserves credit for that. I think he deserves credit for the team being one of the better teams in the SEC at defending the three-point line in a day and age when that is of the highest priority. So I think this year, especially because we're so caught up in recency bias and stuff, what have you done for me lately? He turned a season around where they hit a rough spot after starting out 13-0 or whatever it was and got them into the NCAA tournament and even got them out of the last 4 in, which is where we thought their ceiling would be coming into the SEC tournament. So I think he's got to get credit for that.
No doubt. I mean, they were dead in the water. I had them 6 feet under buried after the LSU
So
game.
did I.
Done. And they were able to fight back and make the tournament. So no doubt he deserves a lot of credit for that. And he kept pushing them, man. And they, having obviously maybe the greatest conference in college basketball history, top to bottom. And I think when you talk about number of teams, I can go along with that. But I still think the old school Big East and ACC had much better teams, even in this SEC makeup this year. But they had a very tough schedule, and he was able to keep them fighting, and they were able to get to the tournament. So, all right, we have time for one more, 405-651-3439.
Yeah, this will just be a quick reaction.
Couple more, maybe.
Well, no, we got to go here a little bit. This will be a quick reaction one. Zach from Guthrie. Grayson, I was searching for something on YouTube yesterday around the locked-in hour. Dude, I thought you were a 20-year-old white frat boy. I know you said you hear that your voice doesn't match, but I was not ready. All love, man.
There you go. All right, man. Yeah,
Oh,
Grace
man.
has got a set of pipes on him. There's no doubt about that. All right, here at Riverwind, we are going to talk a little Thunder basketball with Brandon Rabar coming up at the top of the hour. And again, we ban anybody who says anything, bad about the NBA. And like, what are you doing? You go to Twitter, Guantanamo Bay, and you'll never be heard from again. But Brandon's going to join us. Big game, really, with the Rockets tonight. The Rockets, like I said, they won 13 of their last 15. And we'll talk about Oklahoma City's final 7 games coming up next. Can they get to 70? I want to thank Lasher Home Comfort Systems, 405-579-3113. Lasher Home Comfort Systems, thank you very much. We'll come right back here on the Ref.
Sound off any time of day on the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line at 405-651-3439. Right here on the home of Sooner fans.
The Ref Sports Radio Network.
For the professional, it's not enough to just possess knowledge. That's why at GMC, we seek to refine it, to wield its power, to redefine its boundaries, while pushing the limits. And we put this knowledge to the test in every GMC Sierra by engineering each one to outperform your expectations. So you know you're getting precision and durability when you need it most. And that's what makes the GMC Sierra the truck worth knowing. We are professional grade. See your Oklahoma GMC dealers.
Imagine one step, and suddenly a fall turns into a fracture. For many, osteoporosis is a hidden threat, weakening bones silently until it's too late. At the Ortho Central Bone Health Clinic, we believe in personalized care to keep bones strong and resilient. Led by advanced practitioner Amanda Boyd, our team specializes in detection and personalized treatment plans, from bone density testing to strengthening bones after a fracture. Take charge of your bone health today. Call Ortho Central's Bone Health Clinic and let's build better bones together.
Hi, Josh Helmer here from my friends at Auto Image USA in Norman, where they have everything you need to upgrade your ride. At Auto Image USA, they have so many services for you, like paint correction, window tint, paint protection film, or maybe you want that boat, RV, or car looking brand new in the interior again with the top-of-the-line detailing. Plus, you can get their Enviro Shield paint and interior fabric protection backed by their 3 or 5-year warranty. Call them today, 405-321-4444. They are the best. Check them out.
Speaking of technology, did you know that RK Black is an authorized dealer for Kyocera copiers? And the Kyocera copiers aren't just copiers. They're smart devices that can scan, print, fax, and email your documents with ease and security. Even better, they're backed by RK Black's award-winning service team that is built on nearly 70 years of taking great care of our clients. Whether you need a desktop printer or a multifunction copier, RK Black has the right product for you. Let's get the conversation started. Give us a call at 943-9800 or visit us at rkblack.com.
At Child Fund, hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and safe. And that means safe at home, at school, and online.
Hope means walking this path together, all of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
Learn more at childfund.org.
The Mont invites you to come by and enjoy our high-quality food and drinks in our historic atmosphere. The Mont has won numerous awards, including Best Restaurant in Norman, Best Appetizer for our great queso, Best Exotic Drink for the original swirl, the Best Patio Dining for our beautifully landscaped patio. Come see the Town Tavern OU football scoreboards dating back to 1947. We'll see you at the Mont on the corner of Boyd and Classen, or call us at 329-3330.
Hey Sooner fans, this is Audrey Davis with the 6-time national champions OU gymnastics team. Thank you to all the fans who have supported us this season. We wouldn't be where we are without our incredible coaches, the team, and of course, Team 10. Team 10 is the backbone of our program, helping provide the resources so we can compete at the highest level. As a Team 10 member, you will receive unique experiences that you wouldn't otherwise receive. Go to Soonersports.com to become a Team 10 member today. Boomer!
Hi, this is Martina McBride. With online news, social media, and texting available 24/7, the world seems to be spinning faster and faster every day. And it can be overwhelming. Sometimes we just need to unplug and take a break from our electronic devices. It can help reduce stress and allow us to reflect on the things that are really important in our lives.
This message brought to you courtesy of the United States Air Force.
You're listening to the home of Sooner fans, KREF, Norman, Oklahoma, and streaming live on the KREF app.
The Ref Sports Radio Network.
Here at Riverwind Casino on a Friday. Good to have you with us. Riverwind Casino is our spot on Friday. It needs to be your spot. Get on out here to Riverwind, win your share of cash and bonus play, win a nice jackpot. You can be highly entertained with great music indoors and outdoors. Indoors at the Showplace Theater, we've got Beats and Bites, the outdoor food and music festival coming up for the 9th year, beginning in June. And by the way, tickets went on sale for the new Beats and Bites shows this morning. Get online at riverwind.com. I can tell you very quickly, Josh Turner, Edwin McCain in June, Rick Springfield with a fireworks show after his show on July 19th. In August, a great rock and roll duo, Kansas and Starship. And then in September, Gary Allen with Drive. So you've got 4 great shows, and you can get a Beats and Bites season pass as well. With that season pass, you'll get some cool Riverwind swag. Get online at riverwind.com. Tickets went on sale this morning. And, again, we have the promotional drawings on Friday night this month, the 80K Spring Spins and Wins drawings. Get on out here, hopefully win some cash and bonus play hearing your name called. Brandon Rabar joins us on the Riverwind hotline on this Friday, Thunder Insider. So, Brandon, Houston tonight, we know that Dylan Brooks will serve his 1-game suspension, will not play. And, you know, Dylan Brooks can be an issue, particularly on the defensive end against anybody. But let me ask you this. The Thunder, you know, they've had the 1 seed locked up forever. In fact, Houston just became only the other team that has actually clinched a playoff berth in the West. That's it. Oklahoma City, 1 seed, and Houston clinched the playoff berth. The way the Thunder's been going about this with 7 games left, any chance they're really trying to get to 70?
At this point, I'm starting to think so. You know, a week ago, I would have said, you know, they're just going to kind of be cautious since they have the number 1 seed locked up and, you know, rest some guys here and there and go into the postseason healthy. We are so close to 70 wins, and that would be only the 3rd time in NBA history a team has won 70 games. And, you know, they have the Rockets tonight and then a back-to-back with the Lakers, and then their final 3 games are, you know, basically free wins. They're like bye games. So I kind of think they're going for it. I think they're going to try to win tonight because they're playing all their guys. And then at home versus Luka and LeBron, they're going to try to win those games. So I think that they're going for 70, Mike.
Brandon Rabar, guest on the Riverwind Casino hotline. We played the Marcus Morris clip as our dumbass clip of the week. Now, not that he's saying, well, I'm not picking Oklahoma City. If you're not picking Oklahoma City, I can buy that argument that maybe they need to take another step or whatever. But the assertion that Oklahoma City doesn't have the depth and they've been healthy all year is just asinine. What were your thoughts when you heard all that stuff?
I couldn't believe it. If you were to name 2 of the top 5 biggest storylines of the Thunder this season, it would be that they've missed so many guys due to injury. Chet half the season, Hartenstein, Caruso, J-Dub, go down the list. Their top 6 rotation players, all of those guys, besides SGA, have missed significant amount of time. And then the other thing is the depth. The reason that they've been able to win despite all those injuries is because they have the best depth in the NBA. So I'm with you. You know, if you don't want to pick the Thunder because they're too young or inexperienced to win the finals, okay. But to use those as, you know, the 2 main reasons that you're going to choose completely makes 0 sense. I couldn't believe he said it. It shows to me that he had no clue about the Thunder.
Brandon, let's talk about, you know, Chet and Hartenstein have been playing together. They seem to be developing some more chemistry, although I thought the other night there was a period where Chet kind of looked like, I wasn't quite feeling it. Then Chet starts the other night with Hartenstein on the bench. Chet's super aggressive, had a great game, filled the stat sheet. Even the 3 balls that he shot that kept going out looked like they were going in. But give me your thoughts on how you think Oklahoma City may use that lineup in the postseason. Obviously, it depends on matchups, but how do you think those 2 playing together is progressing? And do you think we'll see Chet also getting some more situations like he did the other night as well?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it'll be matchup dependent come the playoffs. I think that Mark Daigneault has wanted to see what the double bigs lineup looks like in the regular season. You know, they want that data point to go back to and use going into the playoffs. And like you said, it's a strange thing because the double bigs, it's been very effective and it's gotten more and more effective. It's improved, but at the same time, Chet himself looks so dominant playing the 5. That's his natural position. And it's such a mismatch for him offensively playing the 5 because typical 5s can't keep up with him. And you're pulling that 5 out to the perimeter instead of pulling a 4 out to the perimeter. So, you know, it's a good problem to have. You know, there's strengths and weaknesses, I think, to both sides of the coin. So I trust Daigneault basically to look at the matchups and say, okay, this is what we're going to go with for this particular team or this particular rotation.
Grayson, what do you have for Brandon?
You know, let's talk about the postseason and some of those potential matchups because I think the Lakers could potentially present a matchup problem. I think the Clippers, with the way they can get down and guard, could present a matchup problem, especially with the double big, with the way the Lakers and the Clippers like to prioritize their screen and roll game. To you, who is the biggest first-round matchup that would present the most problems for Oklahoma City?
Yeah, that's such a good question. I'm with you as far as looking at realistic teams that the Thunder could play in the first round. I think the best choices would be if somehow, the Grizzlies were to get that number 8 spot, or the Mavs or the Kings were to get that 8 spot. If the Clippers were to get it, they're a realistic option at number 8 because they're in the play-in currently. I agree with you. Since Kawhi has been back and he's been getting healthier and healthier, the Clippers look better and better. They've got, 4 really, really good players in Kawhi, James Harden, Norman Powell, and Zubac. The thing with the Clippers, though, they have a lot of one-way players. Like James Harden's all offense, Powell's all offense, and then Derek Jones Jr., Chris Dunn, they're all defense. Whereas the Thunder have all these two-way players. I think that they would probably present the best matchup as far as pure talent goes in the first round. But yeah, the Lakers, if the Thunder see them in the second round or in the Western Conference Finals, they have that upside with Luka and LeBron, and Austin Reeves from OU has been killing it lately. But the Thunder would have a big advantage as far as the centers and the bigs go, and the Lakers lack a defense in that lineup.
Yeah, the Lakers defensively don't scare you, but anytime you have that star power in particular, you never know. You never know.
Right.
Let's talk a little bit about what's going on with Oklahoma City for the future. First of all, do we have any reports on Nikola Topic? I know that he's been rehabbing. You see him shooting a little bit. But this is another guy, again, that probably, if it hadn't been for the knee issue, would have been a top 5-7 pick, and the Thunder still got him in the lottery. But here's another guy they'll have to work into the lineup next year.
Yeah, Topic is somebody, that draft cycle I was really, really big on when I was doing my big board work. This was far before the Thunder chose him. And I said, if Topic were to fall because of the injury, that would be a slam dunk pick for the Thunder. They can just put him on the shelf for a year like they did with Chet. They ended up getting him. Like you said, I think he's a top 3-4 pick at worst if he was healthy. He has been shooting around. He's been practicing a bit, but, obviously he's not going to play in the postseason. But I would expect, Mike, for him to play this summer league. I think he's going to be ready to go and get some summer league play in, which is really exciting for the Thunder because you have a guy who would be a top 3 to 5 pick that's going to play for a team that might win 70 games. You're basically adding him, the top 3 to 5 pick, to a 70-win team, which is just absolutely nuts.
All right. Well, how do you see this one shaping up with the Rockets tonight? They've won 13 of 15. Again, no Dylan Brooks, no Jay Will tonight for Oklahoma City. You'll have Wiggins and Caruso back. It looks like, anyway, that they're not on the injury report. So how do you see this matchup tonight with the Rockets?
Yeah, the Rockets, their defense is great. They play well at home. They do have some offensive issues, some inconsistency. The Thunder's defense has been so good all season. The Rockets are obviously a really good team. The Thunder have just been a machine, though. They played like a juggernaut, and I think they're motivated. They want to win. They want to get, I think, to 70 wins and make some history. So I think the Thunder win a close one. They've been dominating so many games lately by double digits. They actually tied the all-time NBA record for most double-digit wins with 50 in their last game. I don't think it's a double-digit win tonight. I think it's a little bit closer, but I have the Thunder winning.
Brandon, you the man. Appreciate you. We'll talk again soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Brandon Rabar, DailyThunder.com. Great guy, great insider for the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight. Oklahoma City and the Rockets at the Toyota Center at 7 p.m. All right, let's spend the rest of this segment on the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line. Grayson, what do we have?
To the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line we go. Sooner Bump starts us off. I define a good coach as one who doesn't lose his team, and he, being Porter, did not. They actually played harder the worst it got. One who does more with less. He went from the best conference in basketball to an all-time great conference for this year. Porter doesn't get a lot of support from Joe or the fans, so who would even want to come here?
Somebody would want to come here. Believe me, Oklahoma still has the makings and potential to be a really good job, and it's still it's a really good job caught in a situation right now that's very interesting because of the archaic arena they're in, location of the arena, NIL. I do think the Sooners are making strides there, no doubt about it. I mean, you saw what women's basketball did with Aaliyah Chavez. So I think they're moving in the right direction. But believe me, there would be coaches that would take this job and be pleased to have it.
Dan in Madison, Mississippi. Steely just said the black dude has a pipe.
You, sir, are tawdry.
Oh, man. CJ Sooner in Florida. Steely could be on the episode of The Chappelle Show with the player haters ball skit. His hatred for YouTuber, hillbillies, and politicians would bring Silky Johnston to tears. That's a good one.
That is a good one. I don't know if it's hatred. Look, I know it sounds old because I am getting older, and people, you're only 60, based on what Shay and I have been through, and everybody has challenges, taking care of parents, taking care of Shay's MS and everything, I feel like I'm aging in dog years right now. But we're still blessed. We're still very blessed. We really are. But it's a little more challenging than it used to be, but I still love it. But, yeah, I don't like politicians. I don't like attention seekers. And I really have never liked them, even all the way back to high school. And I understand we are in an attention-seeking society. That's how you get Logan and Jake Paul. It all started the Kardashians. That's how you get it. All started with the freaking Real World on MTV and all that. Everybody wants more than their 15 minutes. But I don't know. I mean, was there a time where I sought it? Maybe a little bit, maybe. But I would rather not have any attention at this time, to be honest with you. Not that I have a ton, but I'm like, man, I can't wait to either log off or never tweet again and just go, hang out with my wife, go fishing a little bit, maybe play some golf, and just exit the social media part of society. To me, that would be, I would have my hands up in the air like Andy Dufresne in Shank Redemption. That would be my moment right there to just get away from it.
Wait, Steely,
okay.
Steely, you were ranting about attention-seeking clowns in high school?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we all had the class clown who had to have their attention on them all the time. And it's not that it drove me insane, but it was kind of, I remember thinking, dude, just every day, really? Okay, some of it's funny, but every day it's a new, How about you, Grayson? You like the attention-seeking clowns?
I mean, I think it makes life more colorful, I'll tell you that. And it gives us...
Until they become a huge pain in the, what?
Well, yeah. Then we get people to...
Where it's constant.
That's how... Where else
time.
would you get? Where else would you get your dumbass clips, if not for the attention seekers?
I just think there are a lot of people out there in this day and age. It amazes me. Either they have a trust fund or no job. And look, we love the tweets and everything, but the people who you can tell are just sitting on Twitter all day long, I don't get that. But apparently there are people who are able to do that, where it's like all day. You need to go out there and get your family going or get a job.
Not everybody should be having a family, Steely.
Well, that's true. Procreation may not be for you.
Are you talking about the general you or me?
No, I'm talking about you as in you, the people.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good to know.
That was the old man's starting to lose it. It's already 15 after on a Friday. So
at 1:15.
I'll try and stay rant-free.
Set your watch to it. The 1:15 old man rant.
Okay, we got to take a break. Want to thank our second hour sponsor out here as well, Hightower Clinical. Maybe I need a clinical trial opportunity. No cost or no insurance needed to take part in the trials at Hightower Clinical. Meds provided for free. Patients compensated for their time. Located conveniently in various metro area locations. Coming soon to Ardmore. HightowerClinical.com. You can call or text them to get more information at 405-831-5905. That is Hightower Clinical. HightowerClinical.com. And again, that number, 405-831-5905. Mike Steely with Grayson Singleton today. I'm out of here at Riverwind, and we're coming right back. We'll hit more text up. And what else? There was something else I wanted to talk about today that I had on my play sheet here. We'll get to that when we get back. Stay with us here on the Ref.
This is Mark Van Hoos, owner of Van Hoos Fence. Van Hoos Fence has years of experience and proven superior performance, kind of like a certain head ball coach.
We know Van Hoos Fence offers the best value and service for your residential, commercial, or sports fencing needs. Whether it's a new install or repair work, let Mark and his team at Van Hoos Fence be your trusted resource.
Call us today at 405-735-1167.
Save yourself from Googling it up. Go to vhfence.com. They will work with you in a great way.
We all play a role in keeping our communities safe. Oklahoma is no stranger to attacks. It's now easier than ever. If you see something, say something. The free and anonymous Protect OK app allows instant reporting of suspicious activity, both in schools and the community. You can help keep your family and friends safe.
Protect OK.
Protect OK.
Protect OK.
Protect OK.
Download the Protect OK app today in the Apple App or Google Play stores. Funded by the Oklahoma Office of Homeland Security.
Don't miss out on OKC's hottest entertainment at the Showplace Theater with acts like Boyz II Men, April 18th. America, April 26th. Patti LaBelle, May 2nd. And Scotty McCreery, May 10th. Riverwind is OKC's favorite casino experience.
What's up, Ref Army? It's Dusty Dvorak. Do you eat, sleep, and breathe football? KREF is the only place for the most comprehensive daily analysis of Sooner and college football. Catch me every Tuesday and Wednesday during the 10 a.m. hour of The Plank Show as I cut it up with Plank and Josh about everything in the world of Sooner and college football. That's every Tuesday and Wednesday on The Plank Show, and there's only one place to hear it. The Ref, the home of Sooner fans. Download the KREF app today to listen from anywhere.
My son Ian was diagnosed with a brain tumor at the age of 16 months. We had no hope until St. Jude rescued us. He's alive because of what St. Jude has done. He's here because of the doctors who came before, their blood, their sweat, their tears, the knowledge accumulated and shared, with everyone else around the world. This is how we help kids beat cancer all over.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
What are you waiting for? If you're anything like me, that question keeps you up at night. So don't wait for someone else's green light. Do the things you love right now at Moore Norman Tech. We'll get you out of the classroom and into the real world with hands-on experience in whatever feeds your fire. So get after it. Oklahoma needs more doers, and doers don't wait. More Norman Tech, powered by Oklahoma Career Tech.
Hey guys, it's Chris Blank. Have you been involved in an auto accident? If so, it's time to contact the OKC Car Crash Clinic of Dr. Martin Lopez. He is a board-certified and fellowship MD with unparalleled training and experience. Dr. Lopez works with a great team of healthcare professionals and attorneys to help you achieve the best physical and financial recovery. Contact Dr. Lopez at 405-86-CRASH or at okccrash.com. And don't forget, listen every week to The Plank Show for the Impact Player of the Game, brought to you by Dr. Martin Lopez. Here at The Ref, we know football, and we talk football every single day. But it wouldn't be possible without the great people at Wade Electric, because while we know football, we trust Wade Electric for all of our electrical needs. Anytime we need electrical work done at our station, we call Wade Electric. They've been out to install new exterior lighting, convert interior lighting to LED, update devices, and install new power where needed. Call them today at 405-329-1940. Wade Electric, the electrical experts.
What is this, Alvin and the Chipmunks bumper music here? That's what happens when you go to the Tube of Views, ladies and gentlemen. They take away your cool copyrighted music. 405-651-3439, Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line. Out here at the best casino experience in the metro area, the one and only Riverwind Casino, the 80K Spring Spins and Wins. Drawings happening tonight. Come on out here. If you don't have a Riverwind wild card, you need to get one because they're free. Can you upgrade the wild card? Yes, you can if you want, but a good standard issue Riverwind wild card is very important. And I want to remind you also the Riverwind app is available on Apple and Android. Go get the Riverwind app. You're going to hear about a lot of promotions, like if the gift shop has a big-time discount. And believe me, that gift shop is a hidden gem. I bought some Travis Matthew polos, quarter zips, cool golf wear in there. They've got a lot of cool Sooner wear that's really unique. Of course, you can go grab a cigar or whatever or a snack, but don't overlook that gift shop. And they have a lot of really cool discounts in there. You'll find those in the Riverwind app. You'll be able to track your points, new concerts, the announcements and all of that stuff, buying tickets. You can do it on the Riverwind Casino app. I highly recommend you go grab that because, believe me, Riverwind gives you a lot of chances to save money and to, kind of a little roadmap to how to help yourself a little more when it comes to promotions, like with your wild card, earning extra entries and drawings and stuff like that. So go get the Riverwind Casino app if you haven't already. It's been out for a couple weeks now. And tickets went on sale to Beats and Bites this morning. The spring, summer, outdoor, mainly summer, outdoor, well, it's all summer this year. Food and Music Festival, 9th year for Beats and Bites. Beats and Bites 2025. Tickets are on sale. Go find your tickets online at riverwind.com. Each show's $10. They also have a Beats and Bites pass that you can buy, and you get some cool stuff with that pass, not just your tickets. Get online and get those tickets. Musicians coming, Josh Turner, Edwin McCain, Rick Springfield. Rick Springfield's appearance in July will include a fireworks show. In August, Kansas and Starship together on the same stage. And then in September, Gary Allen. Those tickets are on sale. They went on sale this morning. They'll go quickly. Riverwind.com. Get online and get yours. Okay. Grayson, let's hit the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line. Parker, by the way, and Brandon Drum, our man Brandon, had to go to a funeral today. So prayers up to Brandon and his family. And so Brandon will be back with us again next week. Okay, what do we have on the text line?
Well, this is going to be a wild transition, but 3-Star Shark starts us off by writing, everyone should be given a procreation test instead of a driver's exam.
All right, well, what would that test include? That's kind of frightening, though.
I don't want to know. Nope. Here's my thing, though, Steely. A procreation test instead of a driver's exam? So we're just gonna have a bunch of people driving around that haven't had a driver's test? Is that what we're insinuating here?
Yeah, I don't know, but there are some people out there who should not be procreating.
Or driving.
Yes, that's right. I would agree. I don't know. That's who was that on the text line again?
3-star Shark.
3-star, there you go. Let's go up to 4-star on Shark there.
We can make it happen.
All right, 405-651-3439 on the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line.
832 Mike says, preach it, Steely. I'm right there with you. These youngsters want to be social influencers because they've been raised in a world where less and less people actually want to work. Look, here's what I'll say to this, and I'll defend my generation for a second here. Number one, being a social influencer is work. It's not just, I sit in my bed and video stuff. Like, you got to edit the stuff and edit the content. Like, there is actual work, even though it's a different skill. Now, I will say this. This economy sucks for young people. So I don't blame anybody, even though I'm a little jealous of people who make a lot of money in being influencers on social media. Don't get me wrong. I don't blame anybody for trying. Because if you can make it, you have set yourself up for a world of comfortability that a lot of us won't get for a long time.
Well, and my deal is not with people starting up and making extra money. It's not that at all. Mine is with the ones who are portraying themselves like they're insiders. When I've seen what the insiders do and how they work their way up and what they've done to get there, and I just think, to me, that's what, like, I think you're using their information. You're not an insider. You may be an influencer or whatever, which I hate that, and that's more power to you. If you go out and get 5 million followers, I don't care. And if you make $500,000 a year or more, I don't care. But when you're portraying yourself as something you're not, when I think it treads on a lot of people wanting to skip the line, when I know what I've done. I'm not playing the violin for myself. I enjoyed the hard work in getting there. And I got a lot of breaks, too. But I've seen how you don't just get to skip the line and just because you retweet a bunch of stuff or go to some games that you're all of a sudden just this insider. And there are a bunch of people portraying themselves as that, they're fooling a lot of people. That's the thing that bothers me. That's it. Other than that, go out and make yourself $1 billion. If that's the way you want to do it, and I hope you do. That's it. I've just never been a fan of people who are trying to skip the line by fooling people. That's me. Hey, by the way, Ryan Rojo on the Twitter machine, does that mean you're like from Wichita Falls and that's Ryder High School, right on Honorable Ones? Because I was in Wichita Falls for a while. Anyway, asking me about the Masters because he has passes on Friday. What do? You have the game plan. I've heard you talk about it before. What do I need to know? Well, I guess maybe that's great, man. If you won the lottery or whatever, it's going to be an amazing trip. The first thing I would do, and I'll try and keep this really brief, look, I went with two great guides, the Hump Man, one of the greatest human beings on the planet, and I was very fortunate again. I've worked, but I've had a lot of breaks too. And then Scott Verplank, another year, which was love Scott. He's great. But what you need to do, if you want to get Masters gear, and if you're going to Augusta, you want to go into the gift shop. That's a big deal. That's like Black Friday shopping for men, when Black Friday was a thing. Now it's more online and obviously having stuff delivered. But you're going to find a bunch of people there. But get to the gift shop first. Go early. If you're going to Augusta and you have one day, and it sounds like, Ryan, you have one day, the minute those gates open, you should be going through them. Don't waste any time. I'm sure you probably will. But the first thing you want to do is go to the gift shop, get your stuff, and then there's a shipping area right next to the gift shop. They've got a couple places now. They have one over back off it's just upstairs from the 16th tee box in that area that you can go to. But get that stuff and then ship it back. It may cost you, I don't know, $50 to ship it, but you don't want to be carrying that stuff around all day. And what's kind of cool is you get back and then your big box of stuff from Augusta arrives, and it's like another Christmas. The other thing, once you're in there, grab one of those folding chairs. You can put your name tag in the back. You might even grab 2 double shoulders, because you can set one of your chairs at a location, whether there's one, let's say on the 3rd hole over off right of the green, there's a real good shade area. You could set a chair there or wherever you want to set it and come back to it at any time. Walk around. Somebody might be sitting in your chair, but they'll move. People are very friendly, and they know the rules at Augusta. They don't let any yahoos come in there and mess around. So do that, get the folding chair, and then I would start, if you have one day, I would start on the back 9 on 10. That view is going to be unbelievable. Walk the whole course. I would go 10 all the way back, and then I would go to the front 9 after that. And it's a great experience, man. It is a fantastic experience. But those would be my main tips to you. Get there, minute the gates open, boom. Go to the gift shop, get your stuff, ship it back home immediately. Make sure you get that folding chair or 2. They're not very heavy. You can set it at a couple different places on the course or one spot you really like. And a great viewing area is the grandstand behind the 12 tee box, because you see the shots come into 11, the putts on 11, the tee shots, the putts on 12, and then you also see the drives back on 13 right there on Amen Corner. So I hope I kept that short enough. But you're going to love it, Ryan. It's one of the greatest experiences ever. I've been fortunate to go 9 times. Last time, Tiger 2019. Eddie Radosevich and I got into Berkman's place, which was really cool. You'd have to read up on that. But it's a great experience. So have fun, my man. All right, what else, Grayson?
Reformed Homer, hard work is laying sod or hot roofing in 100-degree summers. Yeah, hard work is also just anything you set your mind to and want to do it excellently. But yes, that's a form of hard work, yeah, sure.
That's in reference to what?
We were talking about people in my generation wanting to be influencers and not wanting to work hard.
Yeah. No, I get it. Look, and I have great respect for people who do construction and roofers and all of that stuff. They're the backbone of this amazing country. And I do think that, my dad was a mechanic in the National Guard, and he was very good, grew up working a farm and stuff like that. I think he figured out, he'd try to teach me how to repair cars and stuff, and I'd bring in the wrong wrench and all that stuff, and they finally decided, this is a creative kid. We tried. It's not going to work. But I have great respect for that. No doubt about it. I just hope that those people who used to have and look, a lot of them are in the middle class, have a chance to get to the middle class based on the way things are going with the broligarchy. Is that going to be nearly an impossibility? We'll see. We'll see what happens, with the new approach. Maybe it'll turn out all right. I don't know. But the hardworking people out there, man, that really do the stuff that's when you're out in the elements, particularly in the sun, and it can just get brutal. So major props to them.
Let's get to this one. 4-star Tatum in the 918. After last night, add baseball to the list of sports people have career days against OU. Haven't seen a pitching performance quite that dominant since Steely's boy Sid Finch was throwing heat.
Cade Anderson, he did throw 135 pitches,
Which
man.
That's
a lot. But 5 hits, 14 Ks, complete game shutout. And Kyson Witherspoon pitched, I thought, pretty well also. They brought Hitt in for, 3 innings of relief. But you've got to take advantage of your opportunities when you have a bases-loaded opportunity like that against a great pitcher. But, Anderson was able to pitch his way out of it, and the Sooners just didn't get the timely hits last night. So we'll see what happens tonight. Back at Mitchell Park as tonight's first pitch, 6:30, 6 o'clock pregame. And the game will be on the SEC Network Plus, and the OU women against UCF after beating St. Thomas 12-4 last night. They will have their first pitch at 7 p.m. That'll be on the SEC Network Plus as well. So there you go. Okay, what else, Grayson? We got time for a couple more.
832 Mike. Let's clarify this. By not wanting to work, I love how this has generated so much conversation. By not wanting to work, I mean this generation wants to have immediate fame or high-paying jobs instead of understanding how they have to work their way up.
But for the most part, I agree with that. This generation wants things immediately. Why can't I be doing it now? And that's where some of us olds take offense because we know what it took, and you had to pay your dues. I didn't look. I'm not in one of the greatest markets in radio TV. I mean, Oklahoma City's top 40, I guess. I've seen the latest rankings, but I loved and wanted to work in Oklahoma City. It's been a great job. I've been super blessed, but I worked really hard, dedicated a lot of hours, missed a lot of family events. Girlfriends' relationships blew up because I was working all the time. Is it hard, back-breaking work like that gentleman was talking about? Absolutely not, but there was a lot of work involved. But I do see a lot of people in this generation that just want it given to them, and they think, well, I'm an influencer now, okay, well, go keep influencing. But so I do agree somewhat with that, Grayson. What do you think?
I mean, I think there's validity to it. I look at it
I think people see this happen so quickly for some people, like, man, and it can. I mean, what I see also with some of these people is they traffic in hate. They traffic in, I'm talking about mainly the politics, and coming after other people, and they're willing to pretty much sell their souls to get as many clicks, subscribers, and as much money as they can. And that, to me, is the saddest part, because they pretty much, maybe they are just that horrible. But some of these people are just horrible, horrible, horrible people. And I'm talking about left, right, whatever, but they have decided, you know what, I don't care. I'm going to call this person you know what, because that's going to generate clicks. That's more money for me. Back in my day, that was called selling out. But a lot of people are selling their souls these days, especially some of these political people who have millions of followers. And I'm talking left and right. You know me, I just don't like any of them. But they traffic in the lack of civility, which to me has been a big problem. One of the reasons all right, I'll just say this one more time, but this has always stuck with me. The ex-KGB guy on 60 Minutes, this has been about 15 years ago, said that Russia had decided militarily that wasn't the way to go. It was through information and trying to make America as divided as possible. That would be the way that Russia could win against the United States. Now, that I still remember that dude. And maybe we're there. I'm not sure. But at least you can get 550,000 Twitter followers out of it and make some extra money. Right? That's what a lot of people are doing. Okay. Going to take a break. Come back. We're going to recap what's happening this weekend. We'll make Final Four predictions. We did that first segment. We kind of got into that. We'll do that again. And some other information that kind of tease what you guys are going to talk about on Locked In today with Tyler when it comes to recruiting with Sooner football. And, of course, we've got the portal with basketball. What's up with Jermichael Stillwell or Jacob Gillespie? And you've got, who else is out there? Frankie Collins, Trey Davis still out there. We'll talk about that more just a little bit before they really lock it in. When we get locked in, stay with us here on The Ref.
This is Deion Burks, and you're listening to The Ref, the home for Sooner fans. Exciting news for car buyers in Norman and surrounding areas. Sooner Kia of Norman is under new management with new construction coming soon. At Sooner Kia, they believe that every customer deserves excellent service and expert knowledge about their incredible Kia models. Whether you're interested in the sleek K5, the versatile Sportage, or the eco-friendly EV9 or EV6, they've got you covered. Join the Sooner Kia family today and discover how they're making car buying in Norman and OKC easier and more enjoyable than ever. Visit SoonerKia.com, where great deals and exceptional service meet. Are you, your family, or company looking for a locally owned and trusted management group? Carlsbad Management Group is an owner, developer, and manager of high-quality apartment communities in Oklahoma. They are a locally owned and operated management company for apartments and self-storage units. They are committed to providing exceptional apartment homes, customer service, and increasing the value of multi-family communities under our management. If you would like a free management quote today, call Carlsbad Management at 405-701-1411 and be part of the Carlsbad family.
Hi, everybody. Toby Rowland here for one of my favorite places to golf, the Trails Golf Club in Norman. The Trails offers great golf activities for the entire family. Men's and Ladies Golf Association events, summer junior golf for the kids, plus club fittings throughout the year. The Trails also has great family social events, monthly special dinners, plus holiday brunches and catering. When you're looking for the perfect place to golf, check out the Trails Golf Club in Norman. Contact Zane Alexander today at 405-364-3790 or visit trailsgolf.com.
Many of our U.S. veterans and service members face challenges, mental health struggles, housing obstacles, food insecurity, and social isolation, to name just a few. I'm Bob Woodruff. My family and I started the Bob Woodruff Foundation in 2006 after I sustained a life-threatening injury while reporting from Iraq. Our service members had my back that day, and we need to have theirs now more than ever. At our foundation, we invest in solutions, so learn more about our work at bobwoodrufffoundation.org/success.
Considering refinancing your mortgage? Now might be the perfect time to start planning. With rates on the move, Stride Bank can help you determine if you may be able to lower your monthly payments, shorten your loan term, or tap into your home's equity. Stride's expert mortgage advisors will work with you to tailor a solution that fits your needs. With local roots and national reach, Stride Bank is your go-to partner for all your banking needs. Stride Bank, your trusted financial partner since 1913. Find out more at stridebank.com. Stride Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Get on board. The water is open. It's time to go boating and fishing and leave stress in our wake. Feel the wind as we ride and a fish on the line. Reel in our first catch and feel the sun at our backs. It's get out on the water season. It's time to get on board. Find out where to get on board near you. Visit Take Me Fishing and Discover Boating to learn more. And please recreate responsibly. Get on board. Get on board.
At Susan G. Komen, we believe that ending breast cancer needs all of us working together. Because if you've just been diagnosed and don't know where to turn, we've got you. If you can't afford the treatment you need, we've got you. And if you are driven to honor the loved one you've just lost, we have a place for you here. Because of you, we're supporting those who need help today while tirelessly searching for tomorrow's cures. Visit Komen.org and be a part of our Susan G. Komen community today.
Snakes, zombies, sharks, heights, speaking in public. The list of fears is endless. But while you're clutching your blanket in the dark, wondering if that sound in the hall was actually a footstep, the real danger is in your hand, when you're behind the wheel. And while you might think a great white shark is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Yes, sir. We're back here at Riverwind Casino on this Friday. Riverwind Casino, nearly 3,000 electronic games, all your favorite table games as well. They have a smoke-free Oasis gaming area now as well, and a Skyloft gaming area upstairs. Why not make it a weekend? Let's say you're coming down. I bet some of the LSU fans, would they let LSU fans in here? Some of them are Cretans. So I'm wondering, I bet they would. But the Riverwind Hotel, man, it is really nice. And they've got a breezeway, takes you right to the casino, and you can walk right into the Skyloft gaming area. And so many ways to win out here. We've got the big Friday night drawings happening, of course, as we always do here at Riverwind Casino this month. No exception. The 80K Spring Spins and Wins promotional drawings. And don't forget, tickets for Beats and Bites went on sale this morning. Get online and get those at riverwind.com. I just got a very solid text from a very veteran, I mean super veteran, seasoned journalist during the break who will not be mentioned by name, but also is not really in this area, wink, wink, but quality young old segment. Appreciate the line skipper talk. That's happening a bunch. Even better when someone steals all of your work and then says that you can't be trusted because you're just a mouthpiece. So, from a highly respected, seasoned journalist.
You know, about the whole line, the whole line skipping thing is, in kind of a way, a little bit subjective to me, Steely, because it's not as if line skipping is just a one-way street. You know, if you're, say, a broadcaster, radio host, whatever, and you get a jump to a bigger platform quicker, that does mean somebody did have to. Now, look, there could be nepotism involved with that, of course, but that does mean somebody did have to think you're good enough and pull the trigger on you to give you that opportunity. So I mean, some people don't take the arduous road up like a lot of people did, but I don't blame the person who got hired. Absolutely, you take that job, do your best you can. And see
you
if you
got
can
to
get
take
it.
the job,
and, I mean, but you do your best, put your best on tape, and if somebody gives you the opportunity, there you go. Like, I don't think
No. Look, if I, there are some people that are so talented that they can line skip. Bob Costas did it, right? But he was super, great for his age. I remember Bob Costas. I think the story was, and he graduated from Syracuse, even though people associate him with Missouri. And, Syracuse is a great journalism school. Missouri has I hate saying it, really good journalism school.
Oh, it really does.
With great reputations. But Costas had apparently, slowed down his voice on his play-by-play to make it sound a little bassier.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was a little more bass than it, But look, he's a great orator. He was always, really good. And I know people, right now, either side, because of politics, and he's been critical of the admitted, people don't like him because he's a political hand grenade to a certain extent. But he was one of those guys who skipped that. Jim Lampley, I remember at ABC, straight out of college, got a job with ABC. And some of those people are just that talented. So anyway, the bottom line is you're just going to see more of this, only because social media and the world we live in, people want things immediately, and their attention spans are so short, they can't think about, well, you might have to put 2 or 3 years on. Well, I can't wait that long. Are you kidding me? Well, a lot of people have, and even longer than that. So, anyway, I probably am blue in the face.
Yeah, I mean, we could go. I mean, we could do a podcast episode about the different psychological things that go into that, and it's interesting. I mean, I've got thoughts on it that are not for this particular show, but I do think that there is a new age, there is a new economy to have to figure out, and right now, I will say this. There's a record number of kids in their mid-20s still living with their parents, and that's not because of laziness.
Well, like I said, I don't grudge anybody if you start up a channel, whether it's, Twitter Spaces, whatever you're doing, and you can make a bunch of money on that, that's just fine. That's not what I'm talking about. It's the younger folks out there that think they're entitled to something because they have a huge following on Twitter in our traditional business, which I don't think are really willing to pay their dues that much. That's my issue. Look, nobody cares about it. They're probably tired of me talking about it. I'm going to stop talking about it because, like I said, it's not going to change. It's not going to change. You're going to have future generations that are going to expect even more because that's just the way it is. You know what I'm looking forward to besides the Final Four this weekend, ladies and gentlemen? I just want to change the subject.
Yeah, what's that?
Because I'm the angry old man. I get it, out of touch, whatever you want to say. I'm right, of course, but call me whatever. But I'm looking forward to not only the Final Four, but this weekend we get the season finale. Well, 1923, we get the season finale of the White Lotus, which there's been some very bizarre, creepy stuff on the White Lotus. But, I mean, the incestual stuff, just plain wrong.
Yep.
But the rest of it has drawn me in big time.
Dude,
there's just something about that series and just the tone of it. Have you watched The White Lotus?
I'm about an episode and a half into season 3.
It's so well written and acted.
Oh,
I said, there's some stuff where I was looking at Shay like, really? Did we just have to? Oh my! I don't think I gave too much away.
No,
but
I don't think so.
It started so good, and we're working our way. I think it's going to be like an hour and a half season finale coming up, but you'll love it. And then 1923 has been great. I think I enjoy 1923 more than Yellowstone. Of course, it's a prequel, but those season finales are coming up. So, ladies and gentlemen, this old man's booty will be sitting on a couch with a remote in hand. And probably also running stuff on YouTube TV on my phone, watching a bunch of stuff. And then next Friday, I'll be sitting on my booty again, watching stuff from Augusta. If you are only like a golf majors guy, if you don't have the Masters app, it is one of the best apps out there. It's a top 2 or 3 sports app. It might be the best because Augusta does things first class. And I can't think of a time where I've had the Augusta map or the Augusta app and thought, this thing's a piece, it's not working, Now, maybe your Wi-Fi goes out, you have a power flash or something. Of course, that can change everything. But other than when you're used to Valley Sports, and FanDuel's been an improvement, but FanDuel's been stopping and starting some lately. The Augusta app, if you want to watch featured groups or, Amen Corner, all of that stuff. I think my man Scott Verplank will probably be back on the call. So that'll be cool. But that app is unbelievable. It's great. Just saying. All right. You want to get some texts in last minute? We've got time to the YouTube chat. Did we blow off the YouTube chat today?
Let me get some stuff on the YouTube chat here real fast.
Okay.
Will Smith on YouTube just chimed in. Some are not living with their parents because of laziness, but some are. My kids are in college, living on their own in their early 20s, and they grew up with a single dad who was a blue-collar worker. I don't pay for anything. Fantastic. I'm in my early 20s. I live 3 hours away from home. My parents don't really pay for much. I mean, if I am in need of something, I'll go to them, but I haven't asked my parents for money in a couple of years. So, I mean, look, great. That's awesome. It really is. Let's go to Glenn from Nashville on the text line. Steely, 1923 season 2 has been a colossal disappointment in my opinion. What say you?
Wasn't this the third season, though, that we're watching so far, or was this season 2? I think it's been pretty good myself. Now, there's some creepy stuff in there, too. There's a purely evil dude. Yeah, I guess you've got to have purely evil dudes. They're everywhere. But I think it's been pretty good. Shay and I have enjoyed it. So we'll be ready for the finale coming up this weekend.
Are you a big...
What do we...
Are you a big HBO TV series guy? Because I'm a big Game of Thrones guy. So, I love the HBO shows.
Game of Thrones, yes, absolutely. I will probably go back and maybe rewatch it one day if I get retired soon. But, yeah, I loved it. I haven't seen The Last of Us. I know that's a video game series.
Right.
I don't know if Shay would watch that. I don't think Shay will do, zombies and stuff like that. But what was the other one on Max that we watched? It was the one with Jason Segel and Harrison Ford. They're the psychiatrists. I can't remember. That was pretty good. But, yeah, you're going to like get ready for some creepiness. But I think the White Lotus season has been
it's a good show, man.
Very interesting.
It's a really good
drawn
show.
me in. Okay, we have time. I guess we're out of time, aren't we? Man, that flew by. All right, folks, I hope you all have a great weekend. Enjoy the Final Four. I'm picking Duke against Auburn in the final, and you are going with Grayson again. Who?
I got Duke in Florida, and then I've got, well, we'll reconvene on Monday for the championship.
Yeah, we'll do that. By the way, I hope Kelvin gets it done. I just think Duke might be the best team right now. So we'll see what happens. Enjoy Sooner baseball and softball tonight. And I want to thank our friends here at Riverwind Casino. Justin and the crew out here, they are awesome. And don't forget, tickets for Beats and Bites 2025 are now on sale. Get online at riverwind.com. And you can get that season pass for Beats and Bites and grab yourself some cool Riverwind swag with that as well. Everybody, have a fabulous Friday and a wonderful weekend. We'll see you